What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we're gonna break down the top 8 decks from Seattle Regionals, which just happened yesterday. Big shout out to all 8 of these guys who shared the deck list online. I mean, this weekend coming up, there is the Madison Regional, so things are gonna change here a little bit for sure. You know, people are gonna hype up these decks and see everything that's gonna go on and try to counter them. But if you look at this list, Charizard Lounge has provided a great website. They provided a ton of information. So Primal Clash do Guardians, right? So in this tournament, in top 32, 56% of these decks, let me start this off, 56% of these decks were Espeon-Garbodor. 56 of top 32 were Espeon-Garbodor. 17 out of 32 placements were Espeon-Garbodor. Just set that in. In top 8, it gets a little bit worse. Trust me that. But we're going to go over these decks. We're going to see what made top 8, what do these decks look like, and what ended up happening overall. So let's break out the top 8 decks. I know everybody wants to see these lists. So here it is, all top 8 lists. So in 8th place, you have Aaron Vespiquen. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong for Aaron. And Aaron is playing, well, you're going to see the first of many Garbodor decks. There is 6 Garbodor decks. 6 Garbodor decks. And here overall, we know Garbodor does, right? Trash Lance just does 20 damage for each item card in your opponent's discard pile. One, if not the most hyped up cards going into this weekend. Now, this was partnered a little bit different than you're going to see in the other decks, and this is with Espeon. Espeon does have that Side Beam. Your opponent's active Pokemon is not confused, which is really good. Auto Confusion is great. And it hits his for weakness, which is great as well. The main thing is we want to use is Psychic. And this is going to help us trying to counter the Garbodor decks to help you beat the mirror match. Because hypothetically, what you can do is you can put a Psychic Energy on Eevee and then Energy Evolution to Espeon. You don't have to Ultra off the Espeon. You can just auto get it, and you really don't have to worry about the weakness that much. Okay, so that was the point of the deck. You have, of course, Jampa for the Berserk. It does 80. If there's any damage counters on the bench Pokemon, you do 70 more damage, which is 150. Then the Choice Band 180, and you're gonna see that theme throughout these top 8 decks. Is Jampa as being like secretly the best card from Guardians Rising, like a number 2 card, and attack wise. Garbodor's number 1 definitely, but Jampa is definitely making like a number 2 spot. In here. So we have Orange Guru to instruct to have you draw 3 cards in your hand. Late game, if you get in, you can draw into that really easily. So it's really nice to get out of that. 2 Tapu Lele. Lele is another good card in the set. Like the Guardians Rising is a game changer in this set. But Tapu Lele going to help you search for a supporter card and get anything out. We see he does play like a Delinquent, a Hax, 2 Lysander, an Olympia, Fan Club, all these techie-like supporter cards, which is doable now because of Tapu Lele. We're going to see him play 1 Rescue Stretcher and a Super Rod. Of course, the Rescue Stretcher guaranteed a Pokemon from discard pile straight into your hand, or shuffle 3 like a Super Rod, but Super Rod gets you back those energies, and that's why he did play those. Fan Club over Bridget, and we're going to see that a common thing in these top 8 decks. Do you play Fan Club or do you play Bridget? Fan Club lets you get 2 basics and put them in your hand, while Bridget lets you get 3 basics or not basics. Let's look at Bridget real quick. Make sure we do this right. And this, like I said, this is gonna be a big thing. It lets you get 3, but they automatically go on your bench. So you should check for 1 basic Pokemon EX or 3 basic Pokemon except for Pokemon EX. And so that's kind of a loophole. You can use Bridget to actually search out GX Pokemon, but they go automatically on your bench. But it gets you cards like Jampa, which is really nice. And that's going to be the big thing of this weekend. Do they play Bridget or do they play Fan Club? 4 Sycamore and 3 VS Seeker. You're going to see this in some decks. They're going to play 3 VS Seekers instead of the 4 to help counter the Garbodor decks, which is really nice. And that is going to be the first list. So congrats Aaron for making top 8 with this Espeon-Garbodor deck. And in 7th place it is Warren Younger. Once again, this is all based on the Charizard Lounge. I don't know the exact placements of these guys, but I think these are correct if I'm not mistaken. But Warren Younger is going to play another Espeon deck, but we're going to see Espeon Evolutions. He does play Garbodor, so I think it's 6 out of the 8 play Garbodor in there. Let me make sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 out of the 8 play Garb in their list, which is insane. But we see Warren, sorry, this is Warren's list, playing the Espeon version again. So Espeon once again countered the Garbodor. but he's playing a Flareon and Jolteon, which makes your stage 1 fire types and make your stage 1 lightning type depending on the situation. He does play Giratina, which is going to help us counter Greninja Break. It was one of the most hyped up decks going into this weekend with Garbodor. Everybody's like, oh, Greninja's really good. It gains Choice Band and tool removals. It's a good card again. And it didn't really prove that well this weekend. I'm going to look through the list real quick. Once again, through the Charizard Lounge. And I don't know how many actually made cut. Let's see here. I don't think there was actually any that made cut, if I'm looking at this list correctly. There's 17 Garbodors, 5 Espeon-Garbodors, 4 Decidueye Vileplume, 1 Vespiquen, 1 Lapras, 1 Megacross, 1 Trevenant-Garbodor, 1 Ninetales, and 1 Tauros. So yeah, it doesn't look like any actually made cut, which is insane because it was, like I said, one of the hype decks going into this weekend. Alright, so in 7th place we have Warren. Of course, I could play the deck, but Giratina ended up being a dead card in overall in top 32. There's no Greninjas, but still in there to counter that. 4-4 Garbodor, of course. 2 Field Blower to get rid of those tools on your opponent's side of the field if needed. And we're going to see 1 Super Rod, and this is going to be another thing that we see as well. Some lists you're going to see play multiple Rescue Stretch or no Super Rod. Some lists you're going to see mix. Some lists you're going to see not. Obviously, this list is playing 3 VS Seekers as well. But we're going to see 4 N and 4 Sycamore. You're playing a heavier support account to beat these Garbodor decks. 2 Alter the Moon. We didn't go over Parallel Seeding last time, we know what that does. But Alter the Moon, their tree cost of each Pokemon that has Psychic or Dark Energy attached to them is 2 less, which is really good. It gives Espeon free retreat. It gives Giratina free retreat. Tapu Lele free retreat. It gives Garbodor a 1 retreat cost, so it helps you the retreat cost overall. But everything else we've seen already. A lot of these decks we're going to see a lot of stuff over and over again, so nothing too crazy to talk about. But 3 VS Seeker, 1 Super Rod, 2 Field Blowers. Of course, Field Blower going to help get rid of Choice Bands, stuff like that. It not only gets like rid of your opponent's tool cards, but it makes your Garbodors do more damage, which is really nice as well. So congrats Warren for making top 8 with his Espeon-Garbodor deck. It's pretty like the only it plays Garbodor, but it's like the very, very different Garbodor. I know we saw Aaron's like Espeon-Garbodor, but it's still more like a heavy Garbodor, while this one like I don't know, like it played 4-2 and other stuff. Let's look at Aaron's one more time. I hate that it keeps going all the way down. But Aaron's, it plays like the Drampa and stuff like that. But we see Warren doesn't. So I mean, I think Aaron's more of like a Garbodor variant, like a Garbodor box, while Warren's is more of a official like Espeon box. Okay, so next up, I don't know why it keeps jumping down there. Let me see if I can fix this. Come on now, let's stay up here and go back out. Alright, so what we're going to do now is look at 6th place, which is Kenny Wisdom. So Kenny Wisdom, we've seen him commentate over and over again, and he's actually commentating this weekend in Madison, if I remember correctly, but he's going to come out and play a Garbodor deck again, another Garbodor, of course, but this one is going to be the start of what we see all the others kind of play. Once again, Drampa being MVP here. Berserk, you do a ton of damage, 80 plus 70, with a choice band 180. Okay, 4-4 Garbodor, we see a 1 Azelf. This is a really good promo card. It helps you counter Gyarados. Shining Eyes, put 2 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. This is going to be really good. You can put 2 damage counters on all those Magikarps and just knock them out really easily. You can spread damage because a lot of these Garbodor decks do play T-Mag with Secret Base or some way to damage their opponent. We're going to see this later on the other decks as well. But Azelf can help you do damage to that. We saw Sam Chin take advantage of it and knock out Combis with Azelf because Combi has 40 HP, and with Shining Eyes you can knock out Combis that way, which is really nice. But Kenny actually plays a really interesting Garbodor deck that we're not going to see in any other list. One of the things is the Brock's Grit. We don't see that really in any other deck. I mean, shuffle 6 in any combination of Pokemon and base your cards from your Scrapel back into your deck. We're not going to see Super Rod. Instead, he's going to focus more on Brock's Grit. He's going to play a Psychic, which I know doesn't seem like the big of a difference, but this is the heaviest Psychic Energy count. We do see a Team Flare Gun discard energy attached to your opponent's Act Pokemon, which can help you out in the mirror match, because if you're playing like against Drampa and Drampa, you get Team Flare Gun, discard their energy, and maybe get the attack off first, which is really nice, and it's something cool that we see in Kenny's deck. And besides that, everything else is going to seem kind of same. We see Bridget, so he's playing Bridget over Fan Club, which we already talked about. You're going to see that in different decks. Like, people are going to play different things and decide, it's going to be kind of up to you. Do you want to get 3 Pokemon, or or do you want to get 2 in your hand? Like I said, it doesn't. It's neither one's a wrong choice. It's definitely 100% of preference. And the first card we're gonna see in everybody else's deck is Team Magma Secret Base. I don't know if we talked about this already. I don't know, but when you put a Pokemon from your discard pile, from your hand onto your bench, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon, and when you do that, you are going to activate Drompa's Berserk and do a ton of damage. Now, we covered Perilous City and Alter the Moon. We haven't covered Team Magma Secret Base. So yeah, this is going to be played in almost every single Garbodor deck, because, like I said, you can counter, you make your Trubishes do more damage. I mean, not your Trubbish, you make your Jompas do more damage. When you put down your Trubishes, they take 2 damage counters, Team Magma Secret Base. And then you start Berserking for 180. And, you know, Drompa's your main attacker. In the late game, you start swinging Garbodor. And that's a common theme we see throughout this weekend. But congratulations, Kenny. Make a top 6 or top 8 with his deck. And last but not least, we have Israel Sosa. Now, Ezra Sosa, he's won 5 regionals, one of the best players in the game, of course. He has done that with Darkrai and Dark Patch. But now with this new set, we have this new card called Aqua Patch. And now you can attach a Water G from your discard pile to one of your bench Water Pokemon. And Sosa took advantage of that and decided, you know what, I'm going to switch from Dark to Water, and I get to play my favorite card, Patch, and it doesn't matter what kind of patch it is, Sosa's going to prove, like, hey, I'm good with any kind of patch card, and he calls his deck Patch City, but we see it as a Water Box deck. It's not so much a Lapras deck, it is a Water Box variant deck. So first off, Lapras. It's kind of your main attacker, obviously. Collect, draw 3 cards. Blizzard Burn, 160. This Pokemon can attack during your next turn. But with the Choice Band, you could do 190, and Vespiquen, you could do 210. Really, really strong card overall, and can help you take net knockouts. Like Blizzard Burn plus Vespiquen is 180, which is really nice. And Ice Beam for 100. Your opponent's Pokemon is now paralyzed, or your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Auto paralyzation, really, really great in this meta, especially with Switch being such a low count. People do play Olympia, but you have to top your Lele for Olympia, or play Vespiquen, or draw into it sometimes, so it's kind of hard. But with Lapras, you can attack again during the next turn, but this is where Manaphy shines. Manaphy gives that free treat, just like Darkrai Dark Cloaks did. If they have a Water Tree attached, they have free treat, which is really nice. He does play a Glaceon with that Crystal Ray 70, making where all evolution Pokemon can't hurt it next turn. And you're going to see no range in these decks, but all these decks play Drampa, and that's how they counter Glaceon, of course, is they can use Drampa, or even Tapu Lele and just like swing into Glaceon that way. So Glaceon really not going to be too useful against like the Tapu Lele Drampa Garbodor decks, because they do have outs to that, unfortunately. We see one Articuno with the Chilling Sign. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Tri-Edge, 20, flip 3 coins. This deck does 40 more damage for each heads, but it does have that Delta Plus trait, where you take another additional prize cards. If you knock out a GX or EX, you take 3. If you knock out a basic or regular Pokemon, you take 2 prize cards. So really good attacker as well. 2 Tapu Lele, of course, 1 Shaman, like always. Just really good support Pokemon in this game nowadays. And 1 Sudowoodo with the Roadblock. And we're going to see this in a couple of decks, and it is going to make a big difference. Just limit your opponent's bench down to 4. And it doesn't seem that strong, what I promise. When you put your opponent down to 4 cards, they're like, oh man, now I can't play Shaman and Lele. So I have to actually think about what I'm going to put down before I put myself in a bad situation. So this is going to be all the Pokemon Sosa did play. For Aqua Patch, I'm going to call it Dark Patch. For Aqua Patch, power up your Pokemon on the bench. 2 Energy Switch, which can help you power up an attack out of nowhere. Like, you guaranteed an energy attachment to a Pokemon you need. You know, Max Elixir, which he does play 4 of, you know, it can get you energy, but it doesn't guarantee you one. Aqua Patch only guarantees you when there's one in the discard pile. With Energy Switch, you already have it on the field. You can switch it out. Now, of course, if you don't have it on the field, it doesn't work. 2 Field Blow, which is going to help you out in this Garbodor meta with Garbotoxin, shutting down your Manaphy's abilities. But even then, Lapras has a 2 retreat cost, so you can always retreat and Aqua Patch back onto it, and then energy attachments are really, really nice. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Vespiquen. 3 Rough Seas to heal your water Pokemon for 30 damage. We see a Hax Maniac, 2 Lysander, 2 N, 1 Olympia. Combine this with Rough Seas, you can heal 60 in between turns, which is really nice. 1 Professor Kikui to do 20 damage and draw 2 cards. 4 Sycamore, 3 Choice Band, so that way you do hit that 190 which does pretty much knock out everything, and especially could kill you do 210, which is actually, it's weird to say that 210 actually knocks out everything, but it pretty much does. And 12 water energy, so that way you don't mix on a max elixir, you can discard your water energies pretty easily, and get those aqua patches start working. So congrats to Sosa, he's proven like, hey, you know, I don't need dark Pokemon, if as long as it has patch in its name, I'll make it top 8, and I'm gonna almost win regionals. We saw Sosa he almost won regionals, but unfortunately he did fall short, and making it the 5th place. So congratulations, Sosa, and that is going to be your top 8. So next up is going to be the next 2 decks. You know, they're the same deck, but they are very, 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 very different. All right, so first up is going to be Tyler Ninamura. Pull that up right here, and we're kind of seeing this already. We saw Kenny Wisdom's deck, like I said. Playing Sudowoodo, we didn't see that. I don't think we saw that Kenny's deck, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did not play Sudowoodo in his deck. Gonna play Fan Club over Bridget instead, which I'm a fan of Fan Club. I don't know if I said this. Just like guarantee you 2 base Pokemon in your hand is just really, really strong. We see 3 Choice Band, 2 Drampa, the Azelf tech in there as well, which is really nice. 1 Shaman in the deck, and this is going to be a big difference here in a second. We're going to see 3 Sycamore, 4 VS Seeker, 2 Magma Seeker base. We've already seen this. Like I said, Kenny's list is kind of like this. We see Tyler not playing so much of a techie version, instead playing like a, you know, 2 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Super Rod kind of variant. More item cards, which you think would give you a worse Garbodor matchup, but I mean, you know, Tyler did make top 4. I'm not sure who played against what. I could probably look this up, but I don't have those in front of me right now. I have a lot of different screens in front of me. I don't know who played against what in top 8. But yeah, Tyler playing a really solid list, and we're going to cover this here in a second, and you're going to see what I mean here in a second when I'm talking about. Next up is going to be Brad Curcio, a name we've all know before, and he is playing, of course, Espeon-Garbodor, one of the best decks, but his list is going to be a little bit different. We saw the other list all play Team Magma Secret Base, that are really heavily relying on Garbodor Drampa. But, you know, instead, Brad's like, you know what, I'm going to play Alter the Moon instead. Make my Pokemon have free retreat, and the reason why he's doing this is because he plays Rainbow Energy. Rainbow Energy, you know, you put 10 damage counters on your Pokemon. You're like, hey, I'm not gonna put down Team Magma Secret Base. I'm not gonna give my opponents Jampa's, you know, another turn. Or I don't want to put down my own, you know, my own Team Magma Secret Base, so that way they could take damage. I want them to draw into their own stadium instead. And that's what we see Brad kind of do here with Rainbow Energy, saying, hey, you need to draw to your own stadium, and I'm going to put down my Rainbow Energies, and that's why I'm gonna decide who takes damage when. Now, Brad can still take advantage of his opponent's Team Magma Secret Base, like put down a Trellis, maybe activate Drampa's Berserk that way, but if he doesn't want to, he can just like bump it with Alter the Moon and be good to go if he wants to go that route. Does play Delinquent, discard 3 cards to your opponent's hand, or they discard 3 cards out of their hand, sorry. Besides the Rainbow Energies, it's really just another straightforward Garbodor Drampa variant. Just a little bit different stuff, like the 3 VS Secrets instead of 4, 4/4 in Sycamore, 4 Floatstone instead of the 3. We see 2 Super Rod and 1 and no Rescue Stretcher instead. And like I said, like these little things, it's what makes decks a little bit different. We see that Brad is playing Bridget over Fan Club. It's like it's going back and forth right now. Fan Club, Bridget, and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, Brad making 2nd place. I think he did. Oh, if I remember correctly, I think Brad lost to Sam and Tyler lost to Jeffrey. So Tyler lost to Vespiquen and Brad lost to the mirror match. So that is 3rd and 4th place. Congratulations, Tyler and Brad. Fantastic guys. I'm really, really proud. But let's go over 2nd and 1st place. Now the 2nd place list is going to be something totally different we have not seen, and that is going to be Vespiquen. Now, if you watched the video last Wednesday, we talked about how Vespiquen does have a chance in this meta now. And we see, you know, Jeffrey and Chang saying, hey guys, I'm with Vespiquen, I'm gonna do really, really well, and we see him do that. So yeah, Vespiquen, no, be your advantage 20, then 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. The way we're gonna get Pokemon in the discard pile is with Unknown, with Pharaoh Letter. You may discard this card off your bench and draw a card, which is really nice. We have 3 Klefki. You can one unlock Unknowns and then discard them. Also, Klefki can help make it where Mega Evolutions can't hurt you, but Mega Evolutions aren't really a thing too much anymore. The only real two to worry about is like Mega-Gardevoir, Mega-Rayquaza. Outside of that, Megas aren't really played that much anymore, and even then, Mega-Guardian and Mega-Rayquaza are dying off now, thanks to like Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo kind of like destroys both those decks, make it really hard for them to take knockouts, which is unfortunate for those two decks. 3 Klefki, we see a 2-2 Zoroark, and Zoroark Mind Jack, it does 10 and 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So if you have a full bench of you do 160, with the choice band 190. So Zoroark can actually be a really, really good attacker against Garbodor, who usually fills their bench up, and we see Jeffrey taking advantage of this. We see a Tauros, which is really good in the active, or really good in the early game, because what you want to do is put a Tauros in the active spot and let it tank some hits, like where your opponent's like smacking you for like a little bit of damage. Tauros is there. And then later on, you can like stand in with the Zoroark, retreat, and start Be Revenging, and save that Tauros Mad Bull GX for late game, take a knockout, which is really nice. 2 Shaman, 1 Oranguru. We talked about this earlier. If you get in, Oranguru can help you, can save you. You can put that down, get into 1, and then you can struck for another card, which is really nice. You can play your hand down, then a struck for 3. It's really good. Oh man, this is amazing. This hollow behind it looks amazing. First of all, that's great. But his struck becoming really nice. Of course, watching the games, Oranguru did help him out a lot for sure. One more Milotic. With these Sparkling Ripples, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve on your Pokemon, you may put a card from discard pile into your hand. This can help you get like Special Charge or DCE or Vitalizer, those one-of cards you really need. I mean, I guess DC and Special Charge aren't really one-ofs, but still, it's really good to get those back over and over again. Now, he plays a lot of item cards, which might seem kind of bad, but we're basically exchanging knockouts against Garbodor. I mean, obviously, Jeffrey knew what he was doing. Oh, we didn't go for one card. Sorry. First of all, Absol. Curse dies when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench. You may move 3 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another of his or her Pokemon. If you don't take a knockout, you can Curse dice, move up 3 damage counters, and that could be the difference of a knockout later on. You need to cover that. It's definitely a very important card. Everything is an important card in these decks. But Jeffrey is going to play like a bunch of item cards, but you know, he did find his way around Garb. I imagine he played a ton of it, and he still did fairly well, making 2nd place with this Vespiquen list. Before Acrobike, you know, look at top 2, discard 1, put 1 in your hand, 1 Rescue Stretcher, to shuffle 3 Pokemon from your discard pile back into your deck, or put 1 in your hand automatically. 1 Revitalizer, shuffle 2 Grass Pokemon from your discard pile back in your hand. Now, the good thing about Rescue Stretcher is you don't have to play Super Rod anymore. You can just guarantee to Pokemon in your hand, which is really nice, especially if you don't play any energies. So that Rescue Stretcher is MVP here for sure. But 2 Special Charge, shuffle 2 Special Energies from your discard pile back into your deck, so you can reuse your DCs over and over again. 4 Ultra Ball and 3 via Seeker. Just, you know, don't play that many item cards. I mean, right now he's playing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. It's like 13 to 14, but the point of this deck is like, you don't really put down that many EXs or GXs, and the Garbodor player does, and that's how you kind of win the matchup. 2 Forest Giant Plants, so that we can get a Vespiquen out of nowhere, which is really nice. Parallel City, so you can put yourself down to 3 and discard your Shamans and top your Lele's. Kind of the mid-game, maybe early on, you could discard them, which is really nice. 1 Hex Maniac, 2 Lysander, 2 in, 4 Sycamore. Of course, you want to draw like super a lot of Pokemon, discard them early game, and like game 1 in the finals, like Jeffrey, I think he had like 10 cards left by turn 2. He just unknown a billion times, Acrobite and Sycamore and Shaman, and like he just threw through his deck so quick. He was swinging like a billion damage by turn 2. Game 2 wasn't so hot, and game 3 he ran out of attackers, unfortunately. I think Jeffrey, if he played like a 2nd Revitalizer or a 2nd Rescue Stretcher, it might have been a different story, but still really great for Jeffrey for sure. But 1 Choice Band, this is a really clutch card. It was so funny to watch the commentators be like, oh, if he has a Choice Band, he could take a knockout. And we already see it like in his hand. He's like, oh, I already got it. And I just take a knockout regardless. So I'm good to go. But 1 Choice Band, 1 Flowstone. The 1 Flowstone was like kind of like scary because, I mean, the Flowstone is really good on Zoroark because you can stand in and retreat, like I said. But if your only Flowstone gets discarded, then you can't do this anymore. But 4 DC, and that's gonna be your deck right there. Congratulations, Jeffrey, for playing a like unique deck out of this field, which is weird to say that Vespiquen was unique when it used to be the best deck ever. And I'm excited to see will Vespiquen will follow this or not going into Madison Regionals. I think it will. I mean, Jeffrey had to play against a bunch of Garbodor decks and prove like, hey, Vespiquen is really good against Garbodor. He just kind of drew bad in the finals, which is very unfortunate. But still, congratulations, Jeffrey, for making 2nd place with his original, with his Vespiquen list. And Yeah, so let's go into the final first place list, the list that everybody wants to see. What won Seattle Regionals this past weekend? And that is going to be Sam Chen. Congratulations, bud. Winning with, of course, Espeon-Garbodor. Now, you're going to notice this list is very, very similar to Tyler Ninomura's list. The only difference is he cut the Shaman and put a fourth Sycamore. It's really funny looking at his list. You can see that he literally cut the Shaman before the tournament and put the fourth Sycamore in there, and that's going to be the same list. Now, this list was piloted by a ton of people, and it obviously proved to be one of the best Espeon-Garbodor decks. So if you're going this weekend, you need to test this deck. This is the best Espeon-Garbodor deck going out there. Now, this weekend, it's a little bit different going to this meta game. There's Tapu Bolo is legal, Tapu Bolo is legal, Tapu Koko promo is legal. That is a good card. I don't know if I can show these cards off on PTCGO. Maybe I can. Tapu Koko. I don't know if they're on here. Oh, they are. So Tapu Koko, Flying Flip does 20 to each opponent's Pokemon. This card is going to be illegal coming up this weekend. And then we have Tapu Bulu, a grass Pokemon, Horn Attack, 30, Nature's Judgment, 120. You may discard all energy from this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 60 more damage. And Tapu Wilderness, 150. Some people are hyping up this card with the new Lurantis. There's the new Lurantis, where your grass Pokemon do 20 more damage, so that could be played. There's a lot of different things that are going to change this weekend because of these little promo cards that become legal coming up this weekend. But, I mean, congratulations, Sam. You know, Sudowoodo, going to roadblocks, shut down bench size down to 4. We saw this really make a difference in Jeffrey's game in the finals, making where Jeffrey couldn't really have a bench spot for his other Combees because he had to shame him down on the field. 2 Drampa instead of the 3, but still did wonder. 1 Tauros, we saw Tyler, they both played the same list like I said, but I think playing like the 1 Tauros and 1 Ninja Boy is really, really good. Because if they swing, you can punish them and Mad Bull GX out of nowhere, which is crazy. I do like that he has 3 options for GXs with Drampa, Tauros, and then Tapu Lele. It's really strong. You know, the Team Magma Secret Base, so you put those damage counters on your Pokemon and activating that Berserk attack, which is like 150, then the Choice Band 180, like we said. This is a really broken combo that we see throughout this weekend. Fan Club. So I think Fan Club won just by 1, if that. They tied. I didn't do counts at all. But yeah, it's Sam Chen, really, really solid deck. You know, you see Azelf in there. Like I said, Tapu Koko is probably going to make a replacement. It's got that free tree, which is really nice. It does take a DCE, so maybe Azelf will stay in here. I don't know. I unfortunately can't make it to Madison. The next tournament I can actually play in is Internationals. I haven't played a Pokemon in so long, which annoys me because I really love playing Pokemon. It's just work is just... It's just so much right now, and I don't have time to play regionals, which is unfortunate. But 2 Stretcher, 1 Field Blower, 1 Super Rod, just all these, like, you know, guaranteed cards, like this, the 2 Rescue Stretcher, gonna show up Pokemon from your deck, or guaranteed 1 in your hand, really strong, Super Rod. We talked about all these cards, guys, but there we go. There is a top 8 list, and once again, congrats to all 8 guys, Sam, Jeffrey, Brad, Tyler, Sosa, Kenny, Warren, and Aaron, for making top 8 and sharing your list. This is actually a really, really big deal. Like, Pokemon might post their list this week. They might wait till next week, but now we're guaranteed it, and now people can test against them. And like I said, the meta is going to change a little bit. Tapu Koko becomes legal, Tapu Bulu becomes legal, all these cards become legal. And will they change the meta? I don't know. What's going to happen? Will Garbodor still reign supreme? Will people attack for more of the mirror match? What beats Garbodor? I don't know. I don't have these answers, unfortunately. Like I said, you need to visit the Charger Lounge. I'll leave a link down below where he breaks down everything. Once again, for placements, there were 17 Espeon-Garbodors, 5 Espeon-Garbodors, 4 Decidueye Vileplume, 1 Vespiquen, 1 Lapras, Aqua Box, 1 Mega Quasar, 1 Trevenant-Garbodor, 1 Alola Ninetales, and 1 Tauros-Garbodor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different, like, decks, but within those decks there's like 5 to 6 cards that could change that make the deck totally different. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. If you want to see the decks, let me know and I'll maybe post them in the comments, but you can just kind of flip through the video and you can see all the different decks. Everything's broken down here, guys, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you here in a couple hours where we play Sam Chen's deck and see, you know, why did it get first place? Why is it a good deck? And we're going to test that here in a couple hours. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. Hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 8,000 subscribers. It'd be fantastic if we hit that today. Alrighty, guys. Bye.
Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.